Alright folks, this is Morgoth. Right now I'm in creative mode. I'm going to show you how to build a vehicle real quick. Not a tutorial, but just quick how-to. Alright, just crashed in your pod. First thing you're going to have to do is salvage parts. You do that by hitting T, bring your tool up, right clicking these wrecks. Well, in survival mode it's going to be different. You're going to sit there and see the parts taken as you salvage the part. But when it goes to building a vehicle, you have to get all the minerals you need, which you can usually find around you. Like right there, that looks like iron, that looks like silicon, and you're going to need carbon. And as far as I know, for a regular vehicle, those are about the only three you need. When you get airborne, you're going to need to find cobalt. Cobalt is going to be further into the hills. And really started me out this time. Looks like there might be some cobalt around here, but I'm not going to search for it. I'm going to get to building the vehicle right now. And I'm going to try to speak clearly as I do this. You hit B, bring up your build menu. I'm going to tell you to start with a jack. You can do that, or you can grab one of these short inner walls. They're both cheap. They have a small wheel on here. Most of the time you want to go with the buggy wheel though. If you can afford the buggy wheel, then use it. Alright, you need some basic blocks. All these parts have to be unlocked by building other parts before you get to them. You're going to need batteries, if I can find them. I don't like using the search menu. Alright, there's the batteries. You need suspension, and you're going to need a cockpit. The cheapest one is usually the 2x3. If you want to build a bigger vehicle, use the 3x3. There's three of those to choose from. There's two 2x3s. There's a rounded version, and there's another version over here. The difference, I think, is the glass that it takes. No, the glass is the same one. Alright, let's get started though. We have enough parts on our list right here to build a basic vehicle. 6 parts. Actually 5 parts, because you're either going to use 1 or 2. I'll use 1 just for the game's sake. That's what they built the jack for. So, set the jack first. And you want to set the cockpit on here, which I didn't load. Into the hot bar. There we go. Set that right there. Alright, let's get the batteries on here. You can hit X to change the rotation on these. What I usually do is put 4 in the front, 4 in the back. If you want to distribute the weight differently, that's up to you. In the beginning, when you're looking for cobalt and the other minerals like xenite, gold, uranium, you're going to need a ground vehicle to get to those. And until you get that cobalt, you're not going to be building an air vehicle at all anyways. Unless you're in creative mode. Alright, and we're going to go with the basic 4-wheel design. 4 blocks, 1 on each side. You don't have to put these on here, but it spreads the weight out better. Take a look at it. This is what you're looking at right now. And we still have to get a switch. They can load these switches into the hot bar. Switch it right here. For this type of vehicle, you're going to want at least 1 switch just to power everything and to run the power to the wheels off of. If you want to split your batteries up, use the front 4 and the rear 4. 1 for the trip out, the other 4 for the trip back, something like that. You're going to need 2 switches for that. That's the suspension on here. the suspension and the wheels. The wheels are all customizable. You can set the suspension to medium, soft, medium, or hard, depending on how you're going to put weight on the vehicle. Alright, let's throw the wheels on here. Rotate that with the middle mouse wheel. When it's yellow like that, it's ready to place. Oh, this hill's a bad place to be building that. Alright. Let's fly for a second. Hit U for hover mode. Switch these on and off, like so. If it's lit up, it's on. If it's not lit up, it's off. Hit the power icon. This little power icon right here, you hit that to set this up to the batteries of the wheels. Right now we're going to set this one up for the rear batteries. You can barely see those lines, but they're there. Going from the switch down to the wheel, or the batteries themselves. Alright. We'll set the L one up for the front batteries. Hit C on that one. Power icon. Click on each one of the batteries. If it were me, I would set these up with another switch, just to make it easier to separate the front and rear batteries. But you can set these all up to power the third switch, which I'm going to use. You can do this with one switch, just because I want the batteries separated correctly. I'll put a third switch. Alright. This third switch is actually just going to be power for the wheels. 2, 3, 4. Alright, and it's going to go to each one of those other switches here. So whichever one's on is going to send power back to this switch that I just put on. Turn one off for now. I hit E. Alright, now let's configure the suspension for each one of these. By default, they're set on soft. Hit C for setup. If you click it again, it's going to go to medium, which will actually raise the height of the wheel as well, once it has weight on it. If you had weight on that, you would see it. I'm going to set all of these to medium. I do believe I left this one on medium. Yeah, that's set to medium. Alright, let's go to the wheels. On the wheels, you have to set up your direction. You want it to roll in. You can see the arrow going around it that tells you it's rolling forward. Alright, if you want it to steer, you can see the arrow. What's it doing that? Opposite steering. No steering. Direction. This side's going to be opposite because the wheels are facing the other way. You're going to have to click that and change the direction on it. Alright, the other thing you have on the wheels, as far as setup goes, is speed or power. If there's an S on here, it's set up for speed. If it has a T, it's set up for torque or power. So we're going to set all of these for torque right now. It's going to make the vehicle slower, but we have to climb hills to get out of here. I don't even know if we're going to get up this hill. We might. We'll see. Alright, set up for torque. Hit C. Set for speed by default. Change it to torque. Alright. That's the vehicle. It's built now. If you're going out to get stuff, you can be able to carry it back. Put some storage containers on here. Find those in the menu here. Compact container. We'll just throw one on each side, and we'll go from there. Alright, and then we'll wipe out the jack. And that's set on, so jump in and drive out of here. At nighttime, you're going to want lights on here. And the other thing you're definitely going to want is a solar beacon, because that has your location plugged into it, and you don't want to roam away from your vehicle and lose it. You can use those for lights on your vehicle. You don't want to waste power from the batteries. These are not set up for GPS or marking on your compass yet. You have to go into this menu here, hit navigation, and you can see the A on the compass up at the top of the screen, the HUD. That has the vehicle marked. Alright, this is one of the most basic vehicles you can build right here. Later on you want to add some more batteries, a lengthier frame, and most likely 6 wheels. With the rear one set to opposite steering and the front one set to the steering they're set to now. And something's not turned on here. What am I missing? All these wheels have power. The batteries are charged 100%. We didn't set the steering. And the direction on this one is wrong. On the front wheels, you want the arrow to be going across the front right here for steering. Hit V to change your view. And you can scroll out by holding down the Alt key and using the mouse wheel. But for the most part, that's your basic vehicle. And it actually does climb up that hill. As far as your home base location right now, you have the capsule. The escape pod is down there, and it shows up right there on the compass to the 51 meters. That's it. The A is the vehicle you're in. That's why it's bouncing all over the place, because that icon is right behind you. That solar beacon. There's no parking brake per se on these things, so whenever you stop and hit E and jump out, the vehicle will basically lock in place. And that looks like silicon. Can't really tell since I'm in creative mode, because if I hit I can't even open my inventory in creative mode. So survival mode is where you can be out scavenging materials. Another thing I would suggest on the basic vehicles is adding some pointy blocks to the front. That way when you're running tortillas or space cows or anything you want to kill for meat, just run over them. Go back and harvest the carcass. And you can actually set all these wheels up to steering. And it still works. It just changes the turning radius. Trying to set up to reverse steering right now. So whatever way you're turned, look at it from here. So the rear wheels are turning the opposite direction of the front ones. I'll show you what that means here in a second. Change the view. If I turn to the right, the rear ones turn to the left. If you have 6 wheels, you want to leave the center one set to not steering. Just let the corner wheels do all the steering for you. Alright, we'll wrap this one up, and in the next video I'll show how to build a 6-wheel vehicle and how to configure it. After that, I think I'll move on to aircraft.